Petulant, childish, retribution. Hey there, welcome back into Occupy Democrats. And based on those three words, we are clearly discussing the Mango Muppet in charge, Donald J. Trump. And what you see from his behavior, especially in the last 3 or 4 months, should tell you everything about how he has lived his life and also had the elitism, protection, and position as the way he's run his companies, because it is always with an iron fist and a dictatorial style that you get away with in the private sector. And now he's trying to impose that on America and also other countries in foreign policy, and it's going to bite him and us in the bootay. I'm going to show this breaking story to you in just a few moments because, good Lord, at what he is doing. But first, let's take a quick look at some of the ways he gets his little self upset when everyone doesn't do what Daddy says. Remember when he got mad at the Supreme Court the other day?
The Supreme Court's ruling on tariffs is deeply disappointing, and I'm ashamed of certain members of the court. Absolutely ashamed for not having the courage to do what's right for our country.
And then called the Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, that he chose this.
We have a man who's not a smart man, and he probably has Trump derangement syndrome. What he's doing, though, he's hurting us for years to come, because if we borrow money at 2 points higher than we should be paying, and everybody's saying, I was watching some of the business shows today, and they're saying, Trump's right. He should really be cutting. The country's doing well. We have no inflation, so it's 2 points would be about 600, actually more than that, but about $600 billion, all because the guy doesn't want to lower the rates. He is doing the service, a very disservice, and then he goes up and talks about, I'd like to see costs come down. He gets up and he does his little thing for 5 minutes, and he goes out and he goes back to the beach.
And on the very subject of this breaking story, was mad at the PM of the UK because he moved too slow on base usage. Here.
And I'm not, by the way, I'm not happy with the UK either. That island that you read about, the lease, he made it for whatever reason, he made a lease of the island. Somebody came and took it away from him, and it's taken 3-4 days for us to work out where we can land there. It would have been much more convenient landing there as opposed to flying many extra hours. So we are very surprised. This is not Winston Churchill that we're dealing with.
And of course, his you're going to do it whether you like it or not attitude towards Greenland right here.
But right now, we are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not. I would like to make a deal, the easy way, but if we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way.
And that all brings us to the core of this breaking story, because Trump always talks tough to the little guy who can't really stand up to him. Let's go mess with Iran, not China. Let's go mess with Greenland, not Russia. And when it comes to the UK not doing what he wanted fast enough, he doesn't go after them. But in this breaking story, who does he pick on? Who does he actually look to screw because they didn't do it the way I wanted you to do it? Spain. Check this breaking story and the video out right here. He is such a crybaby.
But some of the European, like Spain, has been terrible. In fact, I told Scott to cut off all dealings with Spain. Spain, first of all, it started when every European nation, at my request, paid 5%, which they should be doing. And everybody was enthusiastic about it, Germany, everybody. And Spain didn't do it. And now Spain actually said that we can't use their bases, and that's all right. We could use their base if we want. We could just fly in and use it. Nobody's going to tell us not to use it, but we don't have to. But they were unfriendly. And so I told him that we don't want to. Spain has absolutely nothing that we need other than great people. They have great people, but they don't have great leadership. And as you know, they were the only country that in NATO would not agree to go up to 5%. I don't think they would have agreed to go up to anything. They wanted to keep it at 2%, and they don't pay the 2%. So we're going to cut off all trade with Spain. We don't want anything to do with Spain.
You see, this is the thing Trump continues to miss in his foreign policy. Yes, the United States is a big marketplace you want to be able to sell your goods and services to. Absolutely. No question. We are huge. We're worth a lot of money. We also owe a lot of money. But the reality is to sit there and say to an ally and say, we don't need them, screw you, etc., etc., There are a lot of ways to do foreign policy, but the way Donald Trump does it is, I'm going to take my bat and ball and I'm going to go home and leave you on the field by yourself. But first, I'm going to smack you in the head for not changing the rules for me. That's Donald Trump's general take on everything. And the reality is, whether it's the next president or during this term, we have so much work to do to try and make up for what the destruction he has caused. It's going to be very difficult for the next person who comes in, because these people, yes, they should pay their fair share. Yes, all of those things. But when you choose to bomb another country and you don't even adhere to your own country's constitution and the three branches of government, you can't necessarily blame a small country like Spain for going, there's other places you can launch from. You don't have to launch from here. Everyone in the world does not have to be complicit to your every whim, but that is the way Donald Trump has always lived his life, and he isn't making any exceptions for now running a country of 330 million people, and it is causing problems. You guys like and share the video, and stay frosty.